HLN correspondent Jim Spellman recently sat down with families from Leroy, New York who've been impacted by this mystery. The mystery that surfaced in their hometown last fall when students began to suffer from uncontrollable tics and verbal outbursts. Let's take a look at a little more of Jim's interview. Watch this.
Your heart just breaks, you know, it aches. I mean, this is your child. You don't want something like this for your children or even anybody else's children.
Lana Clark's daughter, Lauren, is a sophomore at Leroy High School, and she is one of the 16 known students at the school suffering from a medical mystery, uncontrollable tics, and verbal outbursts.
I wasn't like ticking, I wasn't like moving or anything, but like I couldn't like talk. But once I started like ticking and everything, it just hurt like really bad.
Lauren's mom says this medical mystery is frightening to her entire family.
She was scared and I was scared. She was upset. I mean, there were times that she broke down and started crying, and you know, and although being a parent I have to be strong, I was ready to go cry too.
Charlene's daughter Tracy, a junior at Leroy High School, is also suffering from the same medical ailment. Charlene was equally baffled by her daughter's Tourette-like symptoms and unsatisfied with the diagnosis she received from doctors.
What's going on? Is it something contagious? Is it what's causing all of these girls at once to come down with the same sort of symptoms?
As for Tracy, a junior who's gone from the honor roll to failing grades, she just wants to get better.
Like, I don't want people to see me because everyone stares and says things they shouldn't, and it just makes me want to cry.
And it's not just the affected families who are suffering. Craig's daughter attends Leroy High School, and although she does not suffer from the medical mystery, he admits he worries all of the time.
I'm concerned every day she goes to school and every day she comes home. I'm constantly monitoring her. After a nap, when she gets up in the morning, I'm looking, is she okay? It's a hell of a way to live.
And while the children are desperate to get better,
I just want all of us to get better and just like, I want all this to stop. I want all this pain to like go away.
the bottom line is that these patients want and deserve answers and would do anything to make their children's pain go away.
I mean, this is supposed to be the best times of their life.
Yeah, Beth said she wished she could switch places with Katie.
I would in a heartbeat.
I would too.
Joining me, Bob Bocock, an associate of the famed environmental activist Aaron Brockovich. He was in Leroy last week attempting to conduct tests and doing some water testing. Psychiatrist Dr. John Sharp, he is on the faculty at Harvard Medical School and is the author of the book, The Emotional Calendar. Jim Spellman, a correspondent with HLN. Now, Jim, you're the one that spent quite a bit of time with these families. What'd you learn?
You know, you get to spend time with them, not just doing the interviews, but, you know, we had pizza together last night. You get to hang out a bit. And I tell you, I can't help but sort of look at it through a father's eyes, and I think of it with my own daughter, you know, what it would be like. And I think ultimately what's so frustrating is just this powerlessness. You want to be able to do something, to take some action, to give them some medicine, to get some information that will make this all stop as they're going on months. It's really wearing the families down, having to go through this, the physical and emotional tolls on the kids and everyone around them. It's just that sense of powerlessness that I'm left with whenever I get to spend time with them, Dr. Drew.
And all of us, and Bob, you're as aware of this as I am, that there's a lot of unanswered questions there, and we've raised a lot of issues. But my question is to Dr. Sharp is, can we help these people with this sense of powerlessness?
What's empowering, Drew, is enlightenment, and that's got to come from within. So just like we have to address concerns, we also have to make the girls feel comfortable by just giving them time in a treating relationship so that they can become more enlightened, more aware. They have to get a chance to reveal to themselves
what's going on.
They
need support. And
that
one,
support,
I think Lauren is one that has not had, we talked to her last night, she doesn't have anybody. And Beth Miller's daughter, Katie, attends Leroy High School. Katie woke up from a nap last fall, and her mom says their lives have never been the same. Watch this.
September 9th, and she took a power nap over at her boyfriend's, and we got a phone call saying that we think she's having seizure-like activity. She's awake, but her body is uncontrollably shaking, and you know, I didn't know what to think. I'm on the other end of the phone. I'm scared to death. She has a heart murmur, and I don't know what you're dealing with, so you better call an ambulance for her. So they strapped her down, which, if you know anything about tics, it makes them worse. So when we got to the hospital to see her, I was ready to burst out crying. It was horrendous.
Now, Dr. Sharp, conversion can definitely develop after a nap. I've seen that happen. I know that's not really classic, but it can happen.
Comes on suddenly, though. That's certainly one way.
Comes on suddenly. And then, what do we do for the parents? And they're the ones that feel probably as helpless and powerless more than anybody.
Which is such a terrible feeling because they, more than anything else, want to help their loved ones. So psychoeducation, in other words, understanding more about
I think,
all their
why don't we just put
concerns.
that, rather than psychoeducating, we just call that answering questions.
Addressing their concerns, absolutely.
Yeah. Addressing their concerns, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
And making sure that it's clear that what, for example, I'm talking about is an avenue of hope. It's not a dead end. What you need is therapy, support.
No matter what's causing this, support. Bob, you had the experience of going out there and trying to talk to the school, and you felt stonewalled by them. And I know now we've raised concerns about the possibility of the wells, and there's the issue of the water. Jim Spellman asked families about the school and whether they were helping or hindering the process. I want you to watch this, and I'll have a question for you.
When you turned your attention to the school and trying to get answers from them, what kind of reaction did you get?
Stonewalled.
Yeah, they stopped Aaron Brockovich's team from doing soil samples. Said that they didn't know they were coming, which
Everybody knew
they were coming because they announced it on TV that they're coming this weekend.
And Bob, you and I have been the object of vituperation, shall we say, by the school district. What's your response now? What are we going to do? What did they or did they not know? What about the stonewalling? Where do we go from here? We got about a minute.
Well, I think what's happened both with the school district and the US EPA is I think they've had time to collect their thoughts. They've already gone through the oh my God situation. What have we done? And I think that they're going to, I would hope that within the next couple of days they come around. I've left messages with the school district repeatedly. We'd like, as the representative of the families that are looking for answers, to get a seat at the table. If they're going to move forward and they want to come out with answers, we'd like a seat at the table to help, disseminate information, to share ideas, to share science. As I've talked about numerous times, that collaborative effort. Likewise, I think EPA issuing the statement that they've issued today indicates that they perhaps are getting their arms around the situation. It's not a little too late. It's time for us to start collaborating, start sharing information, and start getting it out to the affected people as soon as we possibly can.
And there you go.
Information
Thank you, sir.
Is going
Thank
to
you,
help
Bob.
us.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Jim, for that great reporting. Thank you, Dr. Sharp, as always.